Dating is so hard. And even harder, like, for the gay community, like, using the apps and stuff. And, like, I feel like it's so disposable that people don't appreciate what they have. Like, they tend to look off that they're working that flight, and they're, like, annoyed that you're there. Like, why the f*** are you flying with us? Like, why do you want water, you piece of shit? Like, that kind of... I mean, they've never said that. But, like, the vibes. I really don't have an attraction to a specific race. Like, I genuinely don't. I just love men. I just love dick. Any dick is fine. Yeah.
What's your take on setting up friends?
Setting up friends?
Yeah.
Like in a relationship?
Or
just like...
All for the night.
Oh, I thought you meant like setting them up for like revenge. you like setting up friends and like, are we going to talk about this? I've never set up my friend.
He's the one to speak to. I'm really bad. I tried to do it.
No, who have you set up?
No one.
I'm sure you have.
Who?
I don't know. You would have set up one of your friends, or like been like, I know someone that will really like you.
I tried to, but it's not successful.
Yeah.
Or it works for the evening, and then the friend gets ghost.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
And then it's your fault.
Then it's literally. So like, I went. Where did I go? I went out in East. My concept of time isn't very good. I went out in East August, maybe. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, friend, because I'll watch. And so there was like. Because basically my thing is I don't have enough time to meet my friends individually. There just aren't, for me, there just aren't enough hours in the week or the day. There just isn't. So like my thing is I just kind of like push them all together and just pray they get on, right? Mm-hmm. So I had like three... Yeah,
God.
Yeah, God forbid. Yeah. I've learned my lesson and I need to make my time better. More efficient. So I like had like three strangers to each other. We all met, right? It was going relatively okay for the first 2 or 3 hours. And obviously, like, as Havana continues to get into my system, I feel a bit more relaxed and I think everything's going the way it should be. And then, I don't know if you have this, maybe this might be a thing that me and my friends do. I don't know if it's, like, applicable to everyone. So one of my boys was like, oh, can I change the song, right? So at this point, I've just switched off. I've completely lost interest. This is basically going from what I've been told from someone else.
Right.
So the one friend is like, oh, can I change the song? And the friend is like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And they're like arguing back and forth, literally shouting at each other. I thought they were moving to each other. So there's 4 of us in this room, yeah. And me and my friend are like, oh, okay, they must just be like getting a bit like, I don't know, flirtatious, because do you shout when you flirt?
Yeah. That's how I got him. Yeah. I was like, you fucking come here now. Then he's like, oh, I love you.
Show me who's boss. And I literally just thought he was moving to me a bit madly. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And literally like they start pushing each other. And me and my friend were like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? To the point that the lady at reception knocked on the door because we were being so loud, and was like, oh, like, are you all staying here? It was a room for 2 people. There's 4 of us. She was like, are you staying here? I was like, no, sorry, there's only 2 of us. And obviously she's watching us leave the building because she's thinking these fucking morons. And I thought, okay, cool. But to the matchmaking. So because my friends obviously just didn't get on for the whole evening, I was like having to spend it with one and another, running back and forth, right? And then my other friend who was on the other innocent side with me is like, oh, yeah, I think your friend's pretty cute. I was like, right, okay. I was like, I physically cannot, like, mentally, what's the word? Not intake. Intake? What is the word?
Absorb.
Absorb or consume this at the moment. I was like, just do what you need to do, right? Not thinking my friend would actually move to them. And I've got my other friend moaning about the other friend still, and I can just see my other friend like hitting it back. I was like, oh, yo, this is just too much. This is just too much.
You're like, I'm not Cupid anymore. Yeah. I can't do this.
I gave my approval. You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
But then my friend goes to them the day after, and I was like,
oh, your friend goes to them.
The friend, the receiver, was...
The ghoster or the ghosted?
The ghoster.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Okay.
As in, like...
Receiver. No, the giver, sorry.
They ghosted.
Yeah.
Your friend was ghosted, or
Yeah.
they did? Oh, okay, no, that's
Well, they're both my friends, both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, though, right? And like, you know, I don't know if you have friends like that. I have some friends, and I mean this with love. I have some friends that are very much like when they've been drinking, like anyone's a go,
Oh,
right?
okay.
I feel like we know a few people like that.
What really? What does that mean? Like, no, I don't
Like-
know. I don't know people that like
Like
will
almost
drink
like
and then.
their standards drop a
Yeah,
little
drop
bit.
significantly.
And they'll go with
Like anyone random. Oh, okay.
And this isn't shade to my friend. I just mean anyone else that's around.
Right.
Yeah. So when my friend is like, because my friend
Does
is,
that sound familiar? I'm just kidding.
Why are you
just
looking at me,
kidding.
bitch?
Yeah.
hey, I've been not now obviously because we're older and grown, but
How old are you, by the way?
25.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
cute.
Do I look 25? Do I give?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
I
would
You
have
look
said
younger.
I think it's
Actually.
because I haven't got facial hair. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'd say 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
Take
23
I'll take
and a
24.
half.
I'll take 23 and a
23.
half.
Yeah.
I went to the pub with my mum the other day and she went to buy some wine and the bar lady was like, oh, is the lad 18? I
Oh.
was like, I'm 25.
Yeah, but that would be
God,
so nice
that's
when you're
so
like
nice.
30, 40 and you'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
I think like men of colour people of colour in general just happen to have better like genetics.
Do you have a skincare routine?
Yeah.
What is
Oh, you
it?
do?
Do you want to know like just like, do you want to know
What's
like,
your process from like if you do like a face scrub or serum, like from the beginning?
Okay, so I wash my face with like Muslim cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I cleanse, toner, moisturizer, and SPF.
Oh.
I don't do a night routine though. I really can't be asked for a night routine. I wish I could.
So is this a morning thing before
Yeah.
you leave to go anywhere?
What's
okay.
yours? What are you saying?
Mine's a bit all over. Actually, I am gonna say what.
You're going to start doing it.
Yeah. So I use basic, but there's this. My skin's quite sensitive, so there's this thing called like Happy Skin from Lush, and it's got like no added stuff because otherwise I just like flare up and eczema comes. Blah 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 blah.
Know it too well.
Right. And
Are
then
you using it now?
no, actually.
Oh, you haven't? Oh.
You
Why
both,
do I feel like that's a bit cheap?
It wasn't meant to. Well, it was
you
kind
get
of.
it
both
now.
do have lovely skin, can I say?
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. I have psoriasis, so I'm happy with any compliments on my.
No, but like your skin does glow.
His skin has always, mashallah, has always been good.
Guys, stop it.
She's
No,
good.
I am wearing BB cream and stuff at the moment, so that will be that. But yeah, because go on, you could talk about yours.
Yeah, his sister
Yeah.
like got obsessed with Amazon, and she's found this new thing. It sounds weird. It's this snail serum,
Yeah.
Right.
and
It's like a new thing.
it's
I
a
guess.
new thing, and it's meant to be good. And I don't know, my skin's gotten tighter.
But it feels like glue.
What is tighter a good thing?
Yeah, like it feels very
Oh,
like
like Botox.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm using that at the minute. and I
Yeah, you
think
don't
it's
look
like-
30.
I'm not 30.
How old are you,
It's
Faris?
not, I'm 32.
Yeah, he's the old one.
29 in a few months.
28.
He's 29.
28.
I'm so lost.
I'm
Both 28.
I'm 32. He's 28, but he will be 29 in March, so
Yeah.
not too far.
Fair.
Yeah, little Pisces. Oh,
Oh dear.
What are you?
Aquarius.
oh,
I don't know much about Aquarius.
We're good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are
But are you-
some traits?
Just being good.
Yeah. Just being good at
Lies.
To be honest, I don't have that much knowledge when it comes to star signs. The only thing I really look for with star signs is compatibility when I fancy someone.
Oh, that's cute.
cool.
Wait, what do you do that on?
Just
Is it just Google?
yeah,
Oh,
literally
okay.
just Google.
You know, there's those apps that like they give you a percentage and then they like tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you someone who like deep dives into like, because I literally just do it purely based on the day of my birthday and like the month, but some people like do like time and like
Yeah, I have. I'm a bit of a-
do you not find it intense?
He knows his like moon sign and what's the
yeah,
other one?
I mean, I believe it to like a certain extent, but obviously,
Yeah.
like, I don't think you should like live your life like
No.
by it. But I think like, I don't know, mine's like a Pisces, and then my moon, which is like what's within you, is a Gemini, which is savage, and my rising is a Sagittarius, I think.
Okay, fair.
So
I feel
I
like
don't
they're the other way around, no?
what?
Maybe. Like your rising, your inside should be Sagittarius, your moon, and then your rising's probably although I don't really know what the difference is, but I
Well,
feel like
my
on the
rising's
inside you're more of a
Gemini.
saggy Sag.
Saggy.
This shirt really brings out the colour of your eyes, by the way.
Thank you.
It does,
nice.
to be fair.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
you've
you.
got,
Thank you.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, my knowledge is minimal. I just know that I've had really bad repetitive luck with Sagittarius men,
Oh, really?
like multiple accounts. Like,
Why?
Interesting.
dunno.
Well, yeah. What's the vibes?
Twats.
Really?
Yeah, use and abuse.
Oh no! Oh,
not like punch.
No,
Like,
but still, yeah. Punch, punch.
Disclaimer.
No, yeah.
just to make it clear.
You don't stand for that.
No. I mean, this is when I was a lot younger.
Right.
I wouldn't now. Now I would literally like bite back.
Okay.
Well, not physically bite.
Are you sure?
I'm not a biter. I'm scared of marks. When I was a kid, before I was even like sexual at all, because my skin's just a bit weird, my mum used to always think I had love bites, literally all the time. She'd be like, "Oh, what's wrong with your neck?" I said, "Nothing. Why?" She's like, "Oh, it looks like someone's." I was like, "Mum, literally, like virgin galore." Like,
Yeah.
Then your skin just marks easy, or
I think it's just rashes and shit.
okay.
But like love bites are quite they're quite blatant.
I feel
Yeah, it's
so.
quite
Yeah.
obvious.
They're like
feel.
red, aren't they? Like red.
Yeah,
yellow.
yeah.
Unless you've literally been like punched in the neck, like.
Why would you have that? Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It must be a love bite. We haven't had love bites in ages.
No.
No.
They take a lot of effort.
I know,
Like-
and the sensation's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really,
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
know
like it. I bite him a lot. He doesn't like it.
Interesting. I know some guys that literally love it.
Yeah.
Really?
The second from last guy I dated was like obsessed, and we were like 22. I was like, oh, come on, mate, like.
He just wanted like love bites
Just
to give you
well,
like
he
bites
wouldn't. He
all the
wouldn't
time.
ask for them, but he'd be very like aroused and he'd be very like aroused and very happy if I was like,
If you nibbled his neck.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
No, yeah, I
Literally
get the
loved
neck.
it.
I like the neck kisses,
Yeah.
but not love bites. Like I feel like they're a bit. Yeah,
It's
I
giving, like,
like to bite
Yeah.
because when I find stuff cute, I have this thing, and I saw this thing on TikTok, so it's valid. Where you
Yeah.
find stuff cute, your chemicals in your brain is like so like overwhelmed by it that it's like you need to hurt that thing that's cute. It might be Arab culture as well, but
Yeah.
it's a
That's
TikTok.
interesting.
Yeah, like you feel this like urge to like that. So
Yeah.
normally that's like with like my nephews, like babies and stuff, like you have to just squish them because they're so cute. And then he's cute, so I have to squish him. And then sometimes he does like really cute movements or he's like really sweet, and then I just get the urge to like squeeze him.
What's your love language?
I think I give physical touch. Sorry, Mike. That sounded like I was apologizing to like an ex. Then sorry, Mike. Gift giving, I think is
Oh, you have
another
more
one.
than one. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're like the main like things like, and then it goes down, doesn't it? Like communication, blah blah. Blah.
Yeah.
Yours is more like you receive. He receives what I give, so
Right.
he likes physical
Treatment.
touch. He likes gifts. He likes communication, but then.
I don't know what my language.
But yours is acts of service. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe yours is like quality time. I think
Yeah,
because you put that above quite a lot of other things.
Yeah, maybe actually. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas mine, like quality time, is not big on my list. Mine's like physical touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so-
feel like that's like your biggest thing.
Yeah, and he's always like, "Let's talk." I'm like, "Fucking touch me."
leave me alone.
Yeah.
Hey, opposites attract.
So what are you? Your
Physical touch.
Physical
which
touch.
is weird because I hate hugs. I'm not an affectionate hate's a strong word, sorry. My mum always says to me, Jordan, hate's a strong word. I don't really like affection if it's non-romantic, which is really weird.
Oh.
Do you know what's weird? I noticed that a little bit when we first said hello to you.
100%. Yeah, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
Tell, yeah.
You gave a courtesy hug.
Like,
you
yeah.
didn't give like a proper hug, and I was like, "Oh, he doesn't like it." Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it just makes me come across really rude. But more time than not, people are like, no, we can sense it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can tell like the people that don't like to be
It's very
touched.
I like you both. You're both very sweet, but it's
Yeah.
no personal attack.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
a hugger.
100%.
Yeah.
No, that's
Which is so funny because I feel like your personality, like when we watch your stuff and like talking to you now, like you're so sweet that you're quite huggable.
Yeah,
So
I would feel like you give that energy.
you give the vibe
to-
of like, oh, he's
So
cute.
like, basically, it's kind of self.
You're playing hard to get, basically. You don't realize that.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna look cute, but don't touch me. Like that's
I'm a
what-
tease.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
What
the
can I say? What we were talking about the setup, setting up friends and stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't.
You don't. Okay,
I
to clarify,
don't.
you don't.
You're more.
Okay, I've noticed
With his girlmate.
he tries to set up. I've seen you try and set up like with our
Who?
friend. I can't say her name, but our friend from Dubai, and you will try and set her up with like different people and people with her, and she'd just be like,
And they come across and they'll like follow each other on like socials. They'll speak, but it never goes any
I don't think it's a good idea. I'm actually not for it at all.
You know, I used to love doing, like, I wouldn't set them up, but I would talk. So if someone's in a club or a bar and they fancy them, I would like, they wouldn't have the courage to talk to them, so I would talk to them, bring them over to the group so that they could talk. Like, I would do more of that kind of
I
stuff.
won't even do that no more.
No,
not after
that.
Because the thing is, right, and like I love both my friends so much, and I really wouldn't have put them together ever because my friend's a dog. My friend will go for anything. But like,
Sorry, friend.
Sorry, friend. But, like, my friend is like gorgeous. Let me show a picture. He's absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
Like he is beautiful, right? But like I said this to my friend. I was like, honestly, I mean this with love. Do not take it as a compliment.
Okay.
Harsh love's important. no, but like it's just like when like it kind of like devalues like. I don't know, not yourself in a way, but it's like, oh, well, if they can lips any other guy in the club, what makes me so special? That's how I don't.
I do get that.
Like,
I think it's cute. Like, they could lips any person in the club, but they're lips in you.
But
I feel like me saying lips in doesn't suit me, does it? It feels like, you know, in Heartstopper, that girl, which is like, what did she say? Like, someone's getting chirps. Oh, yeah. Like a really like posh accent being like lips. Yeah, maybe I should steer clear of that.
You don't give that vibe.
I need to be highly valued.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
like they're after you, like no eyes for anyone else kind of thing? Or...
Does that not increase your value if they're so good looking they can get anyone and they choose you though? I feel like that increases your value.
But then the following day and the day before they are probably lipsing some other people?
No, they wouldn't because they're committed to you, but they could.
They have the option to do so, but they choose me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, I do get that. Oh, I don't know where I sit on this.
Let me give you the context. So this is the friend that lipses anybody.
Oh, hey, he's cute.
Very.
Is there any other pictures?
He's like, show me more.
I just want to make sure. Let's have a stalk. Okay. Oh.
Where's their background?
I can't say because they're watching.
Oh, okay.
Actually, let me cut it out.
Oh, yeah, because it's quite hard. You know, like some people have that look
very racially ambiguous.
Yeah, they could be loads of different things.
Yeah.
I approve.
He's cute.
Yeah, not for me.
No, okay.
No? What's your type?
How the tables have turned.
Yeah, well, I don't feel like I'm...
Yeah.
Do you know what, right? So, like, when I actually watched my show from the beginning, it's changed completely, and I think, oh my God, I so need to cut this out. I thought, no, growth.
Yeah.
Leave it be. Preferably a man of colour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that's not like, I mean, I love white men. Like, I'm half white. It's a bit hypocritical not to. But like, it's like a culture thing.
Okay.
Like, I've had to explain to white men about do-rags and bonnets. I just don't want to. I just don't want to.
When you say man of colour, do you mean like anyone who's not white, or do you mean black or mixed?
I would rather be with someone who's black or mixed, but I'm not going to turn down any man of colour who like wants.
Because you might still have to explain do-rags and stuff like that to like Asian people. Or, like,
agreed,
but
they're more like open and aware of it. I feel.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the individual.
Yeah,
but I do find that a lot of the, I say a lot like I could really meet that many people, but the Asian men that I have met, or like the Middle Eastern or like the Arab men, they're definitely more understanding with things like that compared to white men.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm not going to get married, but like if my soulmate is a white man, that's cool. Like I'm open to the idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone who, preferably a man of color, someone who is ambitious. Someone who's just really nice to me. I just need to be like spoken to really nicely.
Oh,
I think because I've dealt with so many assholes, I refuse to be the dickhead. Like I'm very good at like picking up red flags now. Like I met someone recently who I really, really fancied, and I thought your communication is poor. Like cut.
Oh, that's hard as well if you really fancy them. Well done.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Like proper my type to a T. I was like, oh my God, you are gorgeous.
Oh.
But you can't communicate with me, therefore you can't communicate with me either. So
communication is key.
It is, because it's something that you can work on, but if the person just doesn't have any of that, or like emotional intelligence, that's quite a hard thing.
And also initially, how am I meant to like grow my initial attraction? or like get to know you if you can't communicate. Do you know what I mean? It was like we're talking like days on end. I thought this isn't normal.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like I come across like really psycho for expecting like quick responses, but I just feel like you can count to 3,624 times in a day. So like, what? I don't know. I hate how I know that.
No, I love it. Keep going.
So like, why can't you spend 20, 60 of them replying to me?
Yeah, why not reply to him? Okay, otherwise I'm after you.
They're blocked.
Why is this giving Faris?
They're blocked. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
In future.
Reference.
Yeah. So, you know, as you know, we have avoiding my anxiously attached boyfriend podcast. Cunty. So from that, I'm thinking, what is your attachment style?
Avoidant.
Avoidant. Oh, you are?
Same as me.
Oh, interesting.
But I'm only avoidant because I've been made to be avoidant. I don't think I'm naturally an avoidant person.
Okay.
I think because of how people have been with me, it's made me avoidant with people afterwards. It's kind of shaped the way that I've moved.
I get you, yeah.
Do you know, I was prepping this. This is so funny. I was actually prepping this answer in my head for next week.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
We can still cover it again.
Yeah,
it's fine.
But avoidant, I'd say.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Interesting.
I want to change though. I do. I really do.
I
To
know,
become
it's
secure,
hard.
like securely attached.
Well, he doesn't want to change to be anxiously attached.
Yeah.
Is it, do you want to change? Yeah, I really want to be anxiously attached. Actually.
This is what we want to do.
That's really interesting. I think avoidant people, it's all the same though, isn't it? It's all from anxiety and fear of rejection.
Yeah.
But avoidants just think they come across more confident and self-assured because they don't need other people. Whereas like anxiously attached people are like almost like obviously needing validation and reassurance. Like, love me.
So because you have different attachment styles, do you think that blends well?
No. I was going to tell you, do you know what's really funny? We are opposite, like we are not compatible at all in any aspect. Like I'm a Leo, he's a Pisces. That's like the worst love match. I'm anxiously attached, he's anxiously avoidant. Although we've grown like if you met us like 7 years ago when we first got together, or 8 years ago.
You've been together for that long?
Yeah.
Oh, queer love is real.
It can exist.
Not in my hands.
Although not a lot of love. I'm just kidding.
It's more hate.
Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff that doesn't work, but we grew so much together. So I was a lot more anxiously attached before, not because of my anxiety, but because I needed validation. Whereas now I'm a little bit more attached to him because he's my safe space for my anxiety, which is cute, but it's not actually a good thing.
You should never be fully dependent.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like fully dependent, but he's definitely like the one I seek out if I'm feeling anxious.
Yeah.
And
That's nice though, is it not?
It is nice,
You need
but
that in a relationship.
I think
you do
so.
know 100. Like I need the support 100%, but I don't want to be a burden. So I would prefer for me not to
I understand.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so our star signs not a vibe, and then but apparently avoidant and anxiously attached people attract each other naturally anyway, because they're seeking the validation that the anxious person gives them, that constant texting, the constant like I need you, but then because they feel too strongly that emotion and they're not sure if they like them, they then pull away. And we've had to grow a lot with communication,
because usually there is a cycle where it's like push pull, and it kind of can go on and lead.
but communication is the bigger thing.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Even though I talk over you all the time, sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
Hey, needs must. Well, you're so cute. I need love.
You'll find you have lots of love around. It doesn't have to be romantic.
I'd say be open.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'd say with the relationship is, I think it starts with someone being your best friend. Like we were best friends for ages.
Oh, I agree.
Before.
I 100% agree.
Because I feel like, you know, when you like meet someone and it's like all lust, like, oh my God, like I just want to be like, like that never lasts.
You don't know them.
Exactly. It's just
I
like
agree.
the sexual compatibility between you. But I feel like if you're
Which we have none of, so yeah.
No, we don't have sex.
We don't have sex at all. Yeah,
I am basically a reborn virgin. I sometimes just feel like I should stitch myself up. Like, it's one of them.
You're like, might as well. Oh, bless.
Why does that make me think of like Inside Out 2? Have you watched it?
No, I haven't, but I loved the first one so much. I loved the first one. So it's I think it's one of the best Disney films they've made in a long time.
I think so.
I adored
as well.
it.
The second one's very cute.
Is it better?
I would say the
same
topics on there are better because it's like Riley becoming like a teenager and all these different like emotions like coming in, and like the main one is like anxiety, and I think it's such a good way to show anxiety to kids. Like it's not something that you have to be scared about. It's like this is something that is in your body to like protect you, but maybe just goes a bit overboard sometimes.
Okay, cool.
But would definitely recommend.
It's on Disney Plus, to be fair, so I might watch it this evening. That could be fun. Yeah. My enthusiasm is minimal. I think it's the autism.
You're like, that could be fun. I might do that.
This is my issue with men, right? Because they just think I'm so disinterested. Like, Jord, you literally just have like no emotion. I'm like, well, if you did more to make me smile, then there wouldn't be an issue. But
yeah.
I don't really like that response.
No. You're like, you need to just be funnier. I was like, wow, aren't you funny? Yeah.
Like, you're lacking, not me. So I want to talk about this, guys. And if I look at my phone, please forgive me. It's because I'm just looking.
Yeah, go for it.
Not me being that like rude host. Oh,
no.
So many emails, so many DMs. Sorry, guys.
Like people don't want to work these days.
Get up your ass and work.
You know what I mean?
It's so hard to stop singing on these. Sorry, I don't know if that's going to be
really
annoying.
Oh, literally, go ahead.
I was just like,
no. Big up my studio. So someone actually messaged me the other day, one of my people, and they were like, "Oh, Jord, would you like?" How'd they word it? I deleted the message only because I don't like having it stresses me out. The more being on display, not like I deleted your message. I just deleted the message.
You're no one to me now.
I'm not in my inbox. And someone said to me, "Oh, Jord, have you ever spoken about like the dynamic with like same-sex couples, like gay couples having children?" And I was like, "Oh, do you know, I've actually been avoiding it, to be honest, for like certain reasons." And I was like, "Well, I'm open to talking about it." And I thought, okay, well, it'd be quite interesting to get the take from a couple. How do I navigate this? I guess, what is your guy? Forgive me if I've got this wrong. I'll have to cut out. Are you guys engaged?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought, right, no, they are.
Yeah.
Do you guys want children? Is that on the?
Yeah.
This is a big question that we've been talking about.
Well, yeah, go on, you go. I feel like I talk a lot.
We do want children. Like it's always kind of like.
Sorry.
You okay?
It's just really like something sticking out. It's just really annoying from the hole in your ear.
The camera will pick it up.
We do. I think we do want kids, but we're just like thinking about like how that would work, and also we're fully aware that it's like you're giving up your life for this child, and I feel like we're not at the right place.
You're still both young, though.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think like if we did, it would be like I'd want to be like mid-30s. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
Fucking hell.
him early. No, you wouldn't be early.
Oh, no, fuck off.
Late.
I'd be nearly 40. No, see, that's too old then, isn't it? I'd be too tired to look
like,
after
you have
kids.
your shit together, you're financially stable.
It really isn't, but people do think that.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'd be I'm already tired. I feel like by then I'll just be like...
Maybe you'll find strategies to like look after your time, because you're going to be exhausted anyway with babies.
Yeah.
So you'll just adapt.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
true.
I'll have an excuse to be tired then.
Yeah.
The thing is, we keep changing our minds in the sense of like, it's not that flippant. Like we do question, like, do we want kids?
Yeah.
Because it's like, what route do we go down? Do we adopt and whatever? Like you were saying, but it's also very hard to think about having a kid now, because we have nephews that we look after a lot and we love them a lot, and I'm kind of like, can I love any other child as much as I love these two? Like I don't know. And then we're like, are we ready? Because he still like pisses me off a lot, and I love you, and I would still piss him off a lot, because there's things that like we both do as humans that I'm like, can we bring a baby into this now? Like I would like to go to like therapy before, not that we need it in the sense that we're having trouble, but in the sense of like I would like to be completely open, because we're already really, really fucking open with each other to the point where like maybe a bit too much. But to have a therapist or something a little bit more like professional to talk through definitely all of our childhood traumas, all of our things like that continue on so that we don't bring that to our kid. Like I'd like not so much as a couple but more individually and then as a couple.
I think that would save a lot of relationships with people and their children, to be
yeah
honest. That's a very good idea.
Because I don't want to fuck up another like human. We're all already like
and we're already going to bring some of our baggage whether we work through it or not onto it. So
inevitably
exactly
agreed.
So that's kind of it. And then also there's conversations around like surrogacy and like ethical considerations.
There's a lot of talk about that at the moment, isn't there?
It's such a hard one because I think like either way with whatever route we go down, I would be happy if it's adoption or surrogacy. I think originally we were like, we'd love to go through that process of having a surrogate, but then we looked into like how expensive it's going to be. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
Yeah, super expensive.
It's not guaranteed that will happen. Like you could pay all the money for like the care.
The woman might not get pregnant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She fail, and then you have to pay like thousands more to do it. And then the laws are really shit up until like birth. Like she can change her mind.
Yeah, so like even if the woman has no biological link to the child, that is legally her child until she signs it over.
Exactly.
But scientifically, when you touch a child, you become attached.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So who's to say that they won't be like, oh, screw you? Like,
I'm going to keep the baby now.
And then you've spent all that money and your heart is literally broken.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't
That's scary.
I wouldn't recover back if that happened.
No.
That'd be so traumatic to go through.
Agreed.
And there's also like the ethical side of like conversations around women and like them giving birth to even though it's like a choice and they want to do it, but it's also that whole there's a side of it that's like the using of like the reproductive system of women to gain a baby. Like I feel like that is something that I want to be a bit more informed on before but I really want his babies. Like I want, look at that face, like how cute a little like fat baby from him. So that's what I want.
I think both of you would have like very gorgeous babies, to be fair. I mean, I can't speak. I don't know what the carrier is going to be like. I can't talk for the eggs. But from your genetics, just visually looking from a few meters away, I think you both have.
Oh, you're so cute.
Thank you. I just come out looking.
Like him.
I hear it, though. I do hear it.
Yeah, but I love adoption. To me, was always my number one choice. Really, like even when we first were talking about it, I was adoption.
But even adoption's complex.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%. It is.
And it's even like, because it's hard as well, because even like the race of the baby as well, I would like to be in the realm of what we are, but then there's issues because we're gay with adoption. Do you know what I mean? So like
I can't adopt to like, well, you can't really adopt Arab babies anyway, but
and I'm sure
is it a culture thing?
It's a religious, like most, like I think it turned into culture, but it's hard to. I wouldn't say it's impossible in every country, but it's hard to because it's not really. It's against Islam, so they don't really like adoption. But you can, I guess. Like, there's very
Swings
specific.
Roundabouts bits. A bit more difficult.
Very, but obviously not for a gay couple. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see.
You're both very young still.
Yeah.
I hear it.
And I feel like if a kid or a baby is up for adoption, like they need that and they're already here and alive. And so I feel like that it's like, it kind of just makes a bit more sense if you're looking at it a bit more like simplistically, like they need someone to love them. They're here. So why make more if they're already there? But it depends.
Yeah.
I also feel like we have a lot of love to give. Like I feel like the reason why we're so hesitant to do it now is because we know that like when we have a kid,
that's it.
Everything will be dropped. Like they'll come first, like even if it means
without a doubt
stopping like our works in some kind of way.
Yeah,
like,
to some capacity you'd have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're very
Let's hope this podcast kicks off. Eh?
Yeah. Fingers crossed. No, I hear it. I really do.
Do you want kids?
More than anything.
Oh,
but I feel like I've suppressed it for so long because I kind of told myself it's just not going to happen.
Okay. Was that when you came out as gay, or just like as time went on? You were
okay. I just thought, because I was I've never really been in denial, but I was to some extent, because I just thought, well, I really want my own babies. Mm-hmm. So how can I be gay if I want my own babies? How does that work?
Yeah.
Where's the logic? But yeah, I think I've suppressed the want and need for so long. Like I think I did a podcast like a year and a half ago and I said I didn't want kids. I was literally lying through my teeth. Also, I said to you, I don't like lying, but for that circumstance, I was just like, no, I don't know how it came from conversation. But it did. But yeah, I think because I've suppressed it for so long, I've told myself that it's not going to happen because of my circumstances, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, in the back of my head, subconsciously, I'm kind of thinking, this is literally going to be, like, not the end all or be all, because I have, like, I'm very confident in the fact that, like, I will find fulfillment in other avenues. But I think, yeah, I've always wanted to have a family. Even, like, my friends always say to me, like, Jord, literally, when you were, like, a teenager, like a kid, all you said was that you wanted to be a dad. Like, people want to be like an actor, a policeman, or whatever. I just wanted to be a dad. Like, that was literally all I went on about.
Yeah.
And I think coming to the realization that my circumstances make it fairly more difficult for that to come to life is just really heartbreaking, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I can't, like, even surrogacy, right? I've been, like, emailing, like, surrogacy, like, clinics, like, since I was, like, 17.
Really? I love that.
Just to get, like, information. But even, like, registration fees are, like, $3,000.
Really?
Just not even to, like, be in, like, the file already, just to even, like, be on the, I don't know if it's for all of them, it's a couple that I've spoken to, but even to, like, just register and have your name, like, on the system is, like, a couple of K. And, like, that's
What does that mean to have your name on the system? Like, they'll contact you? Like, what does that mean?
No, so it's more like...
Like an initial consultation kind of thing?
No, so it's more like, so there'll be like a surrogacy agency. There's not many in the UK. I think there's less than 10 last time. I haven't researched it for a while just because it was just messing with my head. And basically you have a consultation. I can't remember how much it costs, but it's however much. I think it's a few hundred, but this was a while ago, so it may have changed. And then basically you're on this register where I don't think you're like waiting to like find a match, but like you're like one step before. I wish I knew the ins and outs better, to be fair. I think I've kind of blocked it out because I kind of
That's still interesting though.
I kind of came to the realization that I don't know if this is going to happen for me. And my mum has literally said to me so many times, she's always like, oh, like, when you have your inheritance, Jordan, you can have a child then. I'm like, but Mum, I want you to meet them.
That's like
that's always the way, isn't it? They're like, we'll get money when I die. I'm like, yeah, but I want you here.
It's like, but I always say to them, like, Mum, sell the house now and then you get your grandkids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Rent a place.
Like, I'm not anti-adoption. Like, I think adoption is a wonderful thing, and there's so many children in the world that need homes. However, like, I mean, I think preferably we'd all have biological children, wouldn't we? But just,
I think we're built to, as humans.
I think I would want like my own, but I also would adopt lots. If money wasn't an issue, in all honesty, like I would adopt probably like at least 5. I would just have lots of. I love big families and kids. Why are you laughing?
5 is crazy.
I would though. I would.
Great. Have you got many siblings?
No, I've only got two sisters, but our family's really big. In like Jordan, so I grew up with a lot of cousins and a lot of like.
Have your parents both got a lot of siblings?
So my mum, she's English white. She's got like 2 sisters, but they have a big family for an English family, like wider. So a lot of cousins as well there.
Cool.
And like so my nan had a lot of brothers and sisters. I think she had like maybe 8 actually, and then on my Arab side, similar numbers, like maybe 10.
Okay.
So so my dad's mum had, so his sister, his older sister, she was born when my like my tata was like 13, 14.
Oh, wow.
So they were very similar ages. So then she then had like 10 kids as well. So they all grew up quite close together.
That's nice though.
Yeah, so I love big family events and I would love to just have lots of kids. And like, even though I know I'd want to like scream at them and like whatever at certain times, like that's just life.
Of course.
But the idea of lots of kids, I love it so much.
If I could have my perfect scenario, and because the issues that we're all basically saying are money, money and culture to an extent.
Yeah.
Like if I could have my perfect scenario and I can pick what I want, it would be me and whoever I end up with. Is this wood? No, it's not.
Knock on wood.
This is wood.
There you go.
Cool. We would have, if I could like pick it, we would both have a biological one each and then adopt. Just because I think. But then someone said to me, "Do you not think you'd have a preference?" But then my mentality is, once a young child is dependent on me for survival, how can I not love them?
Yeah.
But I'm not a parent, so maybe I see things differently.
I think like you do love your kids like all the same, like regardless if like one came from you or one from the other, because you love your partner, so therefore. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's like a family. It's not about like kids. It's like the family unit. So it doesn't really matter where they come. And that's part of like heteronormativity against, like, I know obviously heterosexual couples can adopt and stuff, but against a not so conforming relationship is it becomes like about the love of that unit and not so much where it came from, whose is it or whatever. I think that's like part of the perks of not being heteronormative, as well as lots of other ones which we can talk about like later. But I think that side of child care and love, because you did ask that, didn't you? If you don't mind me saying, like, oh, if one of them's adopted and the other two are ours, would it feel weird for the kid, not like necessarily for us?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, because it would just be an open. Like, I'd be open.
Them feel any different.
Yeah, and I'd let them know they're different.
Yeah,
you know, like it's not that big of a deal.
No,
like it's part of the beauty of their life. Like their story and their journey is so unique and different to their siblings. Yeah. There's no harm in that.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
If anything, it kind of makes them feel somewhat more important because you've actually chosen to have them.
The other two are a mistake.
Long mistake.
I do also feel like I would definitely want a child who has like black in them as well, because I just think having a queer dad is going to be difficult enough. So
100%.
So then my mum reminds me of it all the time, literally all the time. But like, I also think let me not make another complication. Why is your dad black if you're white? How does that work? Do you mean? I mean, obviously I'm mixed, but like kids don't think like that.
Yeah.
The one drop rule. Do you know what I mean? So I think I would definitely gravitate more towards having a child that has like black in them. And it's a culture thing as well. Like there are certain things that I probably wouldn't be able. I mean, I would have to learn if I had to. But like naturally, I'm more accustomed to like African and Caribbean culture. You know?
Yeah.
I do get that. Because I think even like growing up, my mum's like white, and I used to always get at school like, "Is that really your mum? Like, are you adopted? Like, are you sure you came from her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my dad's black. That's why." So I do get that.
See, that's really interesting. So my mum's black, and people find it really weird when the mum's the black one, right?
In a way, yeah.
Like more common the other way around. Yeah.
But I think so. When people say to me, "Oh, like where's your dad from?" I'm like, Wales. Then I was like, well, how does that work then? Like, my dad's the one. Oh, really? I'm like, yeah, my dad.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a
good
point. Because I feel like it's seen as, I don't know if it's the word's like more accepted or it's just more common, but you usually see like a black man with like a white woman. But whenever it's the other way around, there's always a lot more questions asked around it. But I'm not too sure why.
Which is really interesting because I think the reasons as to why black women get with white men are very different.
Okay.
Well, the reasons.
Explains.
I feel like a lot of times, and this isn't for everyone, because I have loads of black friends that are with white women, and majority are fine. But like, I find that like a lot of the time, a lot of black men are anti-black women. That's a really common thing that I've noticed with a lot of people. But I don't think that's the same for black women with white men. I think a lot of the time, because black women have been so heavily rejected from black men, what other races aren't their first choice. But they're not willing to deal with the baggage or not the baggage. Baggage isn't the right word, but they're not willing to like be second best basically. So they go to another option. I don't think that's the case for my mum, to be fair to her. I think because I live in just such a white place and because we've always lived in white areas, which are nice areas, my mum has just been with more white men. Okay. But I can understand why that is the case for some, but not everyone, because obviously I know you lot love to come in my comment section and go fucking crazy. But yeah.
It's interesting that like the positions on, I mean, there's a lot of growth in every community. I don't agree, like, you know, because we were saying like kind of clumping people of color all together in general. Like I do get why when it's against the counterpart of white, but within those communities, like there needs to be work done and there needs to be like acknowledgement and accountability. So just because someone's Arab or Asian, Indian Asian, like doesn't mean they don't have views against other Asians, other Arabs and other black people. Like they are some of the most prejudiced people I've ever met in those countries. So I don't think it's fair completely to like, you know, not look within your community. Like it would be weird for me to be like, oh, it's so horrible that someone's like racist to like a black person, like knowing that like in like Jordan, there are views on black people, but just because I'm in England and I'm of color, like I can kind of be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I understand.
You kind of had like an outsider take. And
yeah, like it's not just it comes from inside. And there's like certain, you know, with religion, like if you're Catholic or if you're Protestant or if you're Shia or if you're Sunni in Islam, like they have issues with, like there's hate everywhere, and it's about like knowing how to deal with that kind of thing. So the interesting thing is about black men not prioritizing black women, or not necessarily in some cases, like as you're saying, like they don't find them attractive, they go with white women. But in the other side, you know, black women get fed up with it, or so they go with white guys. But then it's also like, how often are like white men actually attracted to black women for the right reasons, or
which isn't like fetishism.
Because then sometimes it does fall into that with black women, or even with a white woman with like a black man. Like I feel like sometimes that can be a little bit fetishy. But I'm always in like two minds, because you know there's like a lot of, I've seen like lots of talks around like dating within your race and like not dating like out of it. I'm always of a mixed opinion of that, because I understand why it's kind of like said, like if you're, say for example, I'm like mixed and I only date people who aren't mixed, you know what I mean? There's probably some things that I'm dealing with internally,
without a doubt.
Do you know what I mean? But then I also don't think you should pigeonhole people to be like, you have to date within your race, otherwise like there's some issues there.
You don't have to date within your race, but I think if you, because I know a lot of black men that will proudly say they don't find black women attractive. To find an entire race unattractive does not make sense to me at all.
No. To only go for a particular race.
I get racial comfort.
Yeah.
So even like a white man, like I've got, most of my friends are white. Most of my friends are white straight men. How, I don't know, but it just is. And a lot of them have said to me their preference is white women, but like they like everyone, but however they have a preference. That's not a problem though. That's not. It's where like you completely cut off the idea of an entire group, because how do you
that to me is weird.
I fancy everyone, so I guess
that's the thing. It should be on like personality,
you know what I mean?
Like if you find them attractive, like I feel like sometimes it shouldn't really be so much surrounded on like because of their race. That's why, because you're just kind of wiping out like loads of different people's personalities.
There's no racial features that I'm like driven to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
However, I do like it when someone has an afro. That's quite cute. But if they don't have an afro, that's okay. I'm not here to judge.
I think that's quite interesting. Like I do get. The thing is, it's quite different as well. It depends on who you are.
Yeah.
So like if you're, do you want me to start?
No, carry on.
If you're like white and you're dating, and you're specifically dating like a black person, yeah, it's different. Like if you're white and you're specifically dating like black people, like you're kind of like dating for the race.
Yeah, you're not dating because you like them. You're dating because
because if you're black,
skin or hair or like
but if you're black, like to your point, like don't date just within your race, because if you're black and you're dating just black people, it's not so much that you're dating them because they're black, but it's not so much that, it's because you're like, okay, relatability, like you say, that you don't have to explain what a do-rag is, you don't have to explain like certain foods, you don't have to explain your family sometimes, because like you could be like, well, yeah, you know, my mum, my auntie, like, you know, so like it's that kind of like familiarity with it, it's that, so it doesn't feel so much to do with race, whereas with white people, they can't, I mean, not all of them, but they can't really say, oh, it's my comfort, unless obviously they were brought up that way.
Why does it feel different though? It feels a lot more,
because they're not oppressed.
Probably because it feels a lot more ickier when it is a white person going for a particular race. Then I feel like,
but that's what I'm saying, because you don't have that culture. Even if you were a black person who really liked Arabs, or an Arab person who really liked Indians, like the culture significance is very similar within those societies. So as a Jordanian, our culture really interlinks and intersects with like Sierra Leonean culture by what your family do and what my family do.
It's so weird how
and Indian the same, and like, so there is some sort of cultural comforts in those things. That's why it's slightly, I feel like, I don't know, but it's slightly different, because if you're white going for a specific race, then there's that you're going because of that race, but you might appreciate that race and you might, you know, want to be a part of that culture as well. But I think that's kind of a bit more of like a difference. But I always find it strange when people say they care about a race or a culture. Like genuinely, I don't get it. Like I never got it. Even when we first got together, you were like, because obviously you were younger and like obsessed with like finding out what my type was and like, I think maybe like part of your questions or insecurities were like, do you only go for mixed race people? I remember you asked me.
I remember.
I
because I feel like
for having that question as well. Good on you.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like
you said like, do you like black guys? Do you go mixed race guys? Do you go with Arab guys? Like who do you go for? And I was like, I genuinely don't know how to answer that because my exes can comment on this video, but if you look at my exes, like they're all different.
Yeah,
like they're not the same. And like obviously some are similar. Like I've dated a couple of Arabs or a couple of mixed race people, but I really don't have an attraction to a specific race. Like I genuinely don't. I just love men. I just love dick. Any dick is fine. Yeah.
I don't know.
Can I have some water, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, my love.
You two are so cute. It's too much. I hate love. I love love.
But I hate
love. I love love, but I hate love. Right. Okay. So this is called Side to Side.
Okay.
Oh, this is okay.
Do you know the song?
Yeah.
So when you guys sing the song, who's Sorry.
You just tried singing it and I was just like...
if you were to do like a karaoke, who's Nicki and who's Ariana?
Oh, he's Nicki.
Yeah.
But I'm actually Nicki. You know what I mean? Like we
Are
both
you?
know
Why does
that.
no
Yeah, because
one-
you're more Ariana.
How am I
The
more...
way you like dance.
No,
and stuff.
shut up. You're
You
a
know
fucking
you.
bitch. No,
That's
that's not true.
Why
What's
does
wrong with
Why
Ariana?
does no one
Nothing's
be
wrong
Ariana?
with Ariana Grande, but...
She's my favourite singer of all time.
There you go.
Really? But Nicki...
I mean, my voice is better than his. Like, I would be Ariana in that sense. He can't
Yeah.
sing for shit. He's awful.
No, I can't. I will take
So
that.
you can rap.
Okay.
Go on, go.
Shut up. Stop.
Maybe next week.
Yeah. So you're Ariana. Ariana, what are you doing here?
Why do you love her so much?
She's my queer awakening.
Oh.
Oh, I dated
Lots of
someone
people
like that.
actually have.
Yeah. Do you remember the person from that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he
Okay,
said the
okay.
same thing. He was obsessed with Ariana
Yeah,
Grande, and he was
I-
like, I realized I was gay.
I mean, I still am obsessed with her. To be fair,
Yeah.
I loved her before she made music. Like,
Are you excited for Wicked?
I cannot wait. I'm trying to find a gateway to get invited to this fucking premiere, but it just feels impossible. But I will be there
When is the premiere?
very soon, November.
Yeah.
Oh.
It comes out in December, does it come out in November?
November,
Sorry.
I believe.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
That was
I
me
want to
really-
help.
That was me really hoping that you'd have a link.
Yeah, I know. I felt that.
Potentially.
I reckon you could if you really
I
wanted
could,
to.
but it's just awkward.
Yeah, but I want to come. I'm not just giving you tickets so that you have a good time.
We can go as a free.
Yeah, I love threesomes.
Personally, I don't. But
Joking, I'm joking.
if you happen to find a link, please let me know.
We should ask
There's
just a little question. Just a little question.
There's a few people I have in my mind which we could potentially...
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Let's
want
see.
to. I don't want to talk to her. I just want to be near her.
Yeah, just like see
What does she
her.
smell like?
Yeah.
How does
Why
she
do I
look?
feel like raspberries and strawberries?
Yeah,
That's what
maybe.
I'm imagining.
like summer fruits.
Like strawberry ice cream or something.
Oh,
like her
that's
hair.
nice.
Maybe.
Or those sweets. Do you remember those sweets that were like white with red lines in them? And they're
Oh,
like
yeah,
hard-boiled sweets.
Oh, yeah.
They tasted really
I
good.
love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she would smell like.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
We're going to, yeah. Just
Okay,
saying,
side by
Ariana Grande.
side. Sorry.
Side by side.
Yes.
So the way this works is, so basically, I give you two sides, and you pick which side you like and your reason why.
Okay.
Okay.
I wrote too many this time, so I've had to cut.
No, that's good.
Okay, right. Okay. So
You could use all of them, and then whatever's not funny, just cut it.
okay, yeah, cool. Let's do that. Because some of them were just dead. You know, like when you're just trying really hard to like have creative ideas, and your brain
Yeah.
just isn't braining.
It's not working.
Okay. Watching TV alone or watching it with someone.
Do we have to pick a different side?
You pick which side that you side
We
with.
can be on the same side though, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
With
We're
someone.
We're not trying to cause a breakup.
Just start arguing on the way home.
I'd say with someone.
I say I'm a bit in the middle. Like I don't mind
But that's not an option, unfortunately.
You have to
No.
choose one, yeah. Been near all night.
with people.
Really.
So if I had
What are
to,
your
You
reasons?
fucking bitch. What do you mean if you had to?
No, if I had to pick, because I like both of them.
If a gun's put to my
I guess I'll watch TV with you.
I do get that though, because I like watching stuff by myself because he takes over a lot. So if I'm sat here watching, he's like, "Why don't we put this on?" And then I'm like, "Oh no!"
Actually,
I'm like in the And I like watching rubbish YouTube videos. So he hates it. Do you know Trisha Paytas?
Of course.
I love watching her, and he's like, "Why do you watch this?"
No, I can. I don't. It's not like I hate her.
No, especially like the ASMR like food ones.
Yeah, those are just. And then she does that weird like Irish accent or the proper like
Have you
Cockney
seen
accent.
that? She's like in an Irish pub, and she's like, "Hello there," and then then she goes into like a weird like northern accent, and then into like an American. It's really cringy. You should watch it.
I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. Nice.
Go on, sorry.
Alone. My friends love to be commentators. My friends love to talk throughout. I'm like, what is the fucking point in us watching something if you're not going to be quiet? So irritating. I remember, right?
You need to watch a movie with this bitch because it's literally him.
Oh no.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You do that too.
So how did this happen with that? Even though we're watching the same
You'd be
thing.
kicked out of my house.
No, don't kick me out. I just got here.
Please let me stay.
I just like everyone who I watch TV with just wants to talk throughout, and it's so irritating.
Do you like no talking at all?
No talking.
Not even a few.
So you don't even comment. I want to know your friends
in my
will,
head,
but you don't say anything out loud. You don't go, "Oh, she's weird," or "This is funny," or
maybe, but it's very minimal.
Okay.
So like, obviously Heartstopper comes out next Thursday. I've designated the living room to myself. I said no one come in between, because I think it comes online at 12.
Right.
I said no one come into the room between 12 and 5. I am locked in, and if anyone speaks, you're banned from the house. I also don't own the house, my mum does. But like
so funny. We've actually done the opposite, and we've invited 2 of our other gay friends to come and have a watching party with my sister as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because but I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, I do get it. I don't mind talking throughout the whole thing, but if someone else does, I get pissed off.
Yeah.
So I do get that. I'm just like, shut up and watch. But I'm like, who is that?
Jesus. Cool. Paying for next day delivery or standard delivery?
Spit water on here.
Standard. I don't really mind. Unless it's like urgent, but I'd say standard delivery.
Yeah, standard delivery.
Yeah. Nothing's ever that deep.
No,
right?
unless you forget a birthday, which you do
Then
a lot.
maybe.
However, I am...
Huh?
He's being a bitch because I keep forgetting my best mate's birthday.
Yeah, not mine. Oh, he would be dead if he forgot mine.
I thought you forgot your birthday.
No.
We're actually really surprisingly not bothered about stuff like that. So like our anniversary, we don't actually know the date. We keep changing it every year to suit our schedule.
It's in April, so we move it around.
So whenever it works in April, we just move it. And then like birthdays and stuff, like we do cute stuff, but we're not like overly like, overboard.
Yeah.
And like Valentine's Day and things like that. I feel like every day is like a surprise anyway. So look, you bring me back like flowers, or you buy me something cute, or I'll get you like a pair of shoes that you like, whatever. Like we figure it out like that. But,
that's true.
But we hate each other. No, listen, relationship isn't all cracked up. Listen to our podcast, you'll find out. Like it's really not like that. There's a lot of work, a lot of communication, a lot of arguments and shit. So
100%.
But you seem able to communicate, which is very rare for a lot of men.
Yeah,
straight
that
away.
was years.
The first couple of years,
I was awful at the beginning.
The first couple of years, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Were quite
No
different.
offense, that's a lot to put up with for a few years as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd shut down. Like we'd get into a disagreement. My immediate thing is like, go quiet, don't say anything, just stare.
Yeah.
And he's like, are you going to say anything back? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And then it'll be maybe hours later.
And it would take a long, and the argument isn't resolved because it takes such a long time to get over that. So then we had to get through those, and then from my side as well, like a lot of like insecurities, like jealousy and stuff. Like it takes a long time, and I think people don't have that. They don't love anyone that much to put up with that shit for that long,
especially initially.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue. I think we knew there was something special from the beginning, so then it was worth the fighting and the communication and the whatever. And when I say fighting, like we've never actually ever argued. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Not that I remember.
Not an actual argument,
but like bickering. Just like
Like, I've never felt the need. I mean, I felt the need to like smash his head against the wall, but I've never felt the need.
That's normal.
Yeah, to actually shout at him or to actually like or like get that angry with him. Like I've always.
I think screaming is very non-progressive.
Yeah,
there's a real way that you can approach things without like shouting the house down. It's
There's
not.
no
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's
but I
really
find
childish.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of couples do it, and obviously we don't know what happens in the future. I'm not saying that it could never happen or whatever.
When you have children, you probably will. Be
Yeah,
each other.
but like I do get a bit shocked. I'm like, I see people like at the airport or maybe like at dinner or in the streets, whatever, and they're like shouting at each other. You're meant to be a couple. Like people forget you're meant to love each other. Like you chose to be together. Like you're meant to love each other. You're meant to want the best for each other, not to like make each other mad or
like, embarrass them by shouting in the street.
So I don't know.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, we took over.
No, you're all good. Please, we're conversationalists. Yeah, I feel like it's never that deep. I've never paid for next day delivery. I was going to yesterday because I ran out of cleanser. But I thought, I'll go into the shop and go find it. So there's six bottles of the cleanser still in the John Lewis down the road.
Oh.
So
you bought all 6?
I haven't got them yet.
Oh, you're going to.
No, 'cause I was running late, wasn't I?
I thought you said you bought all 6. I was
got
like,
6 bottles.
wow.
No, Lizzo's too expensive to get 6 bottles on one go. Strongly recommend it. They're a very good cleanser. It's very good for like men with facial hair.
Okay.
Yeah, well, not that I really have facial hair, but like the
Random
hair.
question for you.
Go on.
Because you don't have any. Do you get ingrown hairs when your beard or this grows out?
I used to.
How did you stop it? Do you have like
laser hair removal?
Really? Is it all on here?
Here and here. So you see where like. Let me show you a picture real quick. Yeah, laser hair removal.
Is that the only way you got rid of it?
Yeah, I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't. Like literally. Hang on, let me show you my folder.
I feel like if you just keep shaving, it eventually stops.
Yeah, but I just feel like it gets worse.
So like, oh crap.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can see like that's like a year. Wait, hang on, let me just see. There's nothing that's. Oh no, and that's like a year ago, and then yeah, here we are now.
So So do you ever have to shave now?
Yeah. So like because I have thick curly hair, it was always going to take longer. But it's like it's killed a lot of the hair follicles. But even if I do grow my hair out, it's very patchy.
Okay.
But it just works for me because I just thought I just thought I'm going fucking insane. Because it just felt like if I grow it out, I get spots. If I shave, I get spots.
Yeah, there's not much. Even like if I get like a shape up around here, like there's always like a line and like ingrown hairs.
Why are we so vain? Like, why does a couple of spots matter?
I can't even notice it, to be honest with you.
Really?
Literally.
I'm always so like self-conscious of it.
If I did, I would probably just say, okay. But I genuinely, honestly, I really can't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you need to, like, you don't have to be perfect. Like, why is everything
But I do
so
hear
weird?
it though, because I was exactly the same. I like literally felt so self-conscious all the time, and everyone's like, "Jord, we literally can't tell." But like when you know, you know.
Yeah.
When you know, you know.
And you're going to hyper-focus on things to do with yourself, which the majority of people are never really going to notice or pick up.
You're only human.
Yeah.
But yeah, laser hair removal.
Okay, that's
is the only answer.
Maybe I'll do that under here. Let's see. Sorry. Anyway.
It's yeah, it's not the cheapest alternative, annoyingly, but hey, what can you do? Okay, watching a podcast in full or watching a podcast in parts?
Parts for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it like on the way to work for like the 45 minutes it takes to get to London. I'll
Yeah.
watch it and then on the way back or
Full's too much. Who's got the time? Like,
I know.
Who has the? But I am really enjoying shorter podcasts at the moment. So Lily Allen, do you know Lily Allen?
Yeah.
My queen. So she has a really good podcast with Makita Oliver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you listen to it?
Yeah.
Oh, so fucking good.
I love it, yeah.
And it's like a nice length.
Yeah.
Like,
How
it's
long
like,
is it?
Like half an hour? 35
Yeah, I'd say
minutes?
35 minutes.
And like,
Interesting, yeah.
and the concept's really cool. So they do like random shit on the Thursday, and then Monday they'll do like a theme and they ask the audience. I can't think of what next week's theme is, but the one they've just done was safety, I think.
Okay, nice.
Or something like that. Yeah, and I think half an hour is like a good length.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we went through all of that because at first we were like an hour long, and then we some of them were like even over that.
Like an hour and a half.
And it's because a lot of podcasts now, like they do really long episodes.
Yeah.
Some of them are like almost 2 hours. Like there's a lot of stuff happening, and then but really, unless there's like a guest or there's something really specific we're talking about, it doesn't really need to be a long episode of us just
Agreed.
talking about how we hate each other and what we wore that week.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I mean, I feel like that's because when I've tried to do stuff by myself, it usually lasts about 45 minutes, but with a guest, it's usually just under 2 hours. But I guess that's natural when you're talking to someone you haven't really met before.
Yeah.
But like my favorite podcast is Cocktails and Takeaways, right? Have you seen it?
No.
Adam Joyce.
Oh, is that the name of the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know who I'm on about, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I
wanna
watch her clips. You know her.
She's
do know
fucking.
her.
Who? What's her
Madam Joyce.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
I love her podcast more than life itself, right?
Oh,
and
that's cute.
She's exactly the same in person.
Oh, really?
I actually met her in this building a long time ago, but she's very cool, very
Nice.
cool. And her podcast is so long; they're literally like over 2 hours. I think,
Yeah.
well, I don't have that much spare time. I'll like watch part in the morning, do the work I need to do, and then watch some before bed.
Yeah.
She did really well, because I remember when she first, I don't know if it was a podcast or like what it was, but when I first kind of like saw her, I remember like really liking her and thinking like it was funny.
Yeah.
But then like I feel like over the last like year or two, she's really like blown up. And, like,
I think agreed.
She's
but
quite relatable, I think.
She is, and she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
The thing is, I always say this: she is exactly the same in person. Because I've met people like podcasters and content creators, and in person they're not always the same, but she is exactly the same. I remember.
That's so nice.
So she was in the chair bit there, and I love this story. So my friend was saying to me, like, oh, who do you want to work with and all this? I was like, oh, a few people, Madam Joyce. And my friend was like, you do realise that she's in the building? I was like, no, she's not. Because I knew where she filmed. Not like in a crazy way. I have a lot of podcaster friends, so I recognise buildings quite easily.
Okay.
So my mate was, oh, no, she is literally like in this building. I was like, no, she's not. And I see her walking. And I thought, oh, fuck it, let me go say hello. I was like, look,
you have to.
I was like, I'm sorry, I know you're really busy, but I just thought I'd say hello to you. She's like, your name's Jord, isn't it? I was like, what the fuck? And
imagine being like that's such a fun. If there's someone you look up to and like, and then I love that.
And then she was like, oh, like I'm having this thing. I'd love you to come to it. And I thought, okay, sure. And people say things and don't always mean it. And then she messaged me a few weeks later. Was like, can I have your email to add you to the list? And got invited to her event at Spotify HQ. And I met loads.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
she is.
Big up Madam Joyce.
Yeah, she looks like she's quite fun and like chill. Was it her one? So I can't remember now. Was it her one with Jack Remington?
Yeah, she did.
That was a funny one.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, that was so funny when she was like, you went to Oxford.
Yeah.
That was my favourite. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, she's cool.
Okay, on a plane, window seat or aisle?
Window.
Aisle.
What about you?
Aisle.
Why?
Yeah,
I feel like there's more space in an aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate the thought of having to cut. Can I spray something quick? Or are you
Go
gonna?
ahead.
Do you need to cut it?
No, I mean, I'll just.
I love that song. Aisle, because if the plane crashes, I can escape quickly.
Exactly, yeah.
And leave you behind, yeah.
Of course.
I just feel like my legs don't fit into planes very well because I have so much leg. Like I went to like too much leg for like a 5'11" and 3/4 man. Like I was.
Can we just explain as well? First time meeting Jord, very very tall, very tall. Everyone watching, he's very tall, even though he might not look it.
I get that a lot though. Like, what am I doing wrong to give?
I don't know.
I thought you were my height.
Yeah, I didn't think you. Yeah,
not that you'd be short, but like I thought you'd be my height. But yeah,
yeah.
I get it quite a lot, honestly. Like, I'm not even new to it. Like, guess, oh, you're really tall. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I guess all they can really see from the videos is here to here. To be fair, I went on holiday recently. I did a Ryanair flight, which is actually a lot quicker than like the bougie ones. Like they don't fuck about. Like what usually I fly with BA, right? But the place I was going to was like quite awkward to get to, and it didn't have that many direct. And BA, honestly, I've never known a BA flight not be delayed.
BA is fucking awful.
It's awful.
It's the worst airline.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to switch it up. But Ryanair, they honestly, like a minute after takeoff, they're in the air. They're so good. I was so surprised, but I guess because they're budgeted, they think, fuck it, we've got like 10 other flights to do in the next like hour.
And they really don't get like EasyJet is also like delayed quite a lot. But once you're on, like they're just like, okay, like let's just move because this flight is now going to fly these people to France and it's going to go these people. Like it's not all the same.
BA, they literally they're so long.
They're they're always delayed, and the people tend to that work there don't tend to be that friendly either. Like they're not really that nice. And
do you know people that work there or
no?
Okay.
I do. anyway. But like, I'm like I'm a nervous like flyer, and so I like depend on like the staff to be like a little bit just like approachable. They don't have to be like really nice.
Of course, not excessive. Just, like, welcoming.
But like they tend to look pissed off that they're working that flight, and they're like annoyed that you're there. Like, why the fuck are you flying with us? Like, why do you want water? You piece of shit. Like that kind. I mean, they've never said that, but like the vibes.
It's the energy that
you can tell. You can get a sense.
Yeah.
So, arranging the date or having the date arranged.
Arranging date, having date arranged.
Nice.
I would die before he gets any date arranged.
Would you like to arrange a date?
I'm just lazy.
Yeah, don't you dare say yes, because you're such a liar.
No, I'm not going to lie about it. I'm quite lazy, and I also definitely have diagnosed ADHD. So I feel like I'll have the thought in my mind, okay, maybe I'll do this, but then I get distracted by something and it goes completely
Also, just a quick disclaimer, like I know a lot of people say like, oh, I think I have ADHD or whatever. Genuinely, like I get distracted a lot. I'm quite like, you know, everywhere. But I wouldn't say I have undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah.
Like I know it's bad, but you know, some people are like, oh, your ADHD is playing up. And I'm like, maybe that, but he genuinely has ADHD. Like every single characteristic of it, he's got it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like he's very like distracted, like very. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it, but every symptom. Yeah.
I hear it. Like
but it's so cute. I love it.
I'm currently trying to get a diagnosis because I've been told that I give autistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I have a friend who's like a.
Who told you that?
Multiple people.
Oh, okay.
But I have a friend who's a mental health professional, right? And we've never spent long periods of time together until we started going on holiday together last year. We've been in like 3 places since. And she said to me, she was like, has anyone ever told you you're autistic? I was like, people make jokes, but I thought everyone did. And she was like, you're definitely on the spectrum. I was like, nah, not at all. So then I was speaking to mum about it and asking what it was like as a kid. And she was like, well, you do these certain things. And I was like, well, did you not ever think about getting a diagnosis? Yeah. I had to have plaster casts put on so I could walk properly because I would literally go like that. I know. I would get to pick like new colours like every other month for like a year or something like that.
I bet you were fucking cute as a kid.
Do you have a baby picture? I feel like you do. Yeah.
But I said to mum, I was like, well, what's the crack? And she was like, I just loved you regardless, so why did it matter? I was like, because I needed support, mum. So why did it matter? But
interesting. When do you know when you're going to get diagnosed then?
Well, this is the thing. So NHS is 3 years. Private is 1 year. I said to my friend, I was like, I'd happily pay for private, but imagine paying and not getting the result you want.
Yeah.
And my mate was like, Jord, don't worry, like you've got it.
Well, why do you want it?
Clarity.
Oh, okay.
More than anything. I definitely have a picture on my Insta of me and mum. This is literally all I can find.
Oh my god.
So cute. Oh my god, you're so cute. I can't deal.
I need to reproduce.
Yeah, you do. You're
gorgeous. I can't.
You're lucky, and I don't know because I would have bitten those cheeks. I would have been like,
I might have to like use you two as my hype man now. I've never been so confident, I guess. Ranging dates. I would love to let someone take control, but they never do.
Are you usually the one that's in control?
In some aspects, do you know what it is? I just don't think I've been with men that care enough. Does that make sense? To actually want to like arrange something.
Yeah.
Well, no, there was one guy, to be fair, big up you, because if he watches this, he'd be very offended I said that. But, yeah.
I do get, there's such an annoying like thing that I feel like dating, we could go on for long, so I won't talk about it a lot, but like in general, dating is so hard. And even harder like for the gay community, like using apps and stuff, and like I feel like it's so disposable that people don't appreciate what they have because they're just like on to the next one, date on Thursday, date on Saturday, swipe and so they don't get the true value of that human connection, and they know that they could just get it with someone else, and it's so sad because I feel like then you miss your chance with someone like you. So it's annoying. Yeah.
I also think that action speaks louder than words, because a lot of guys will be like, oh, like I really like you, I want you, and like, but you've done nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's easy to say, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, it's quite like I've heard it once or twice. Like it's not like it doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I shouldn't have to beg or like be like, oh,
No.
do this and do that. Because even with the guy before, I just thought, how many times do I need to ask you what you're saying for you to give me nothing back? And shit, do you know what? Like, let's cut.
Yeah. And the hard truth is like, you know, the movie, I know it's a bit dated now, but he's not that into you.
Yeah.
I feel that, like, I'm like, actually, if someone wants to talk to you, that they will. And if they're not talking to you, they probably
If
aren't
the guy
interested.
wants to do the most, he will.
Yeah.
Why am I giving the most when you're giving not even the least?
Yeah.
Where's the logic?
Yeah.
I agree.
Waste, man. But yeah, in an ideal world, I would have it arranged for me. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it will do. It will.
I know. Just, yeah. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about...
We'll take you on a date.
Hey, needs must. Like, grabs and graph. We'd be a cute throuple.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Is it a throuple?
Yeah. Throuple.
Yeah.
Couple
Did you
to throuple.
watch that Couple to Throuple?
No, but it sounds interesting.
Oh my god, it was
It
so interesting.
It was good,
Is it
yeah.
on YouTube?
No,
I don't know, like Channel 4 maybe.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like a social experiment kind of thing, but it was really interesting to see like the dynamics. There's also a lot of fuckery in there.
Let me screenshot it quick. Okay. It's on my list. Thank you.
Oh, you found it already? Wow, okay.
Yeah,
So I was looking for
I just found a trailer on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about Child Star. Have you guys watched it?
I watched a little bit of it.
Child Star, yeah.
We can work on that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Child Star. So obviously, concept of time isn't very good. So I want to say in the last couple of weeks, Demi Lovato released a documentary called Child Star, which explores a lot of the experiences of different child stars, basically. I thought it was very well documented. I mean, I'm not a film person, so I don't really know like what's good and what isn't. However, I was impressed with what I watched.
Yeah.
I really wish I would have loved for certain people to be on there because I think they're quite prominent when you think of child stars. I'd have loved to have seen Macaulay Culkin, Mara Wilson, like Matilda, and there's someone else.
I feel like Dakota Fanning as well.
Yes.
She,
Okay.
from a young age, was like thrust into it. I feel like her story, there'll be a few things that comes out later on because as soon as she hit like late teens, she kind of fell off a little bit and no one really
Was
heard
Hilary
from her.
Duff a child star?
Yeah.
But she seems...
yeah, Lizzie McGuire, yeah.
and I think
young.
Lindsay Lohan.
That would have been good. I'm surprised they got Drew Barrymore. Like, that's quite a big child star one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's quite fucked though, isn't she? Like when she's been like taking substances since like the age of 10.
Yeah, I was shocked when I
didn't
heard.
know that.
Yeah,
I don't think I got that
The
far.
fact she's still breathing is quite impressive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this also kind of goes into the whole... Do you remember the Nickelodeon documentary that
I've
came
never
out?
seen it, but I know
Just
of
from
it,
like... Like, I feel like a lot of the people there, like even... I think Ariana Grande was in it as well. And it's so fucking... I don't know if this is a little bit different to that.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Go
but
on.
it was so fucking weird seeing some of the videos where like the director has got her with like milk hanging off the bed, like...
Yeah.
And she's like early teens, maybe like 10, 11, 12, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
I just feel like there needs to be more put into place with protecting kids when it comes to the arts.
Yeah.
When you guys have kids, if they wanted to pursue a career early on in like entertainment and arts, what's your take?
No.
Like
No,
a definite no?
A definite
a full
no.
stop no?
A full stop no.
I would say so.
Unless if it's like a situation where they're in theatre, maybe
that's
I
different,
would be
though,
there every step of the way.
Yeah.
Like if there was something which they were super talented at and they had a massive opportunity, I don't know.
No, they
I
don't need to do it at that age, I don't
know.
think.
Because
There's
the
no
thing
need.
that I find interesting is a lot of them actually wanted it themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's very... I mean, Demi Lovato, she was like desperate to be a star, like literally gagging for it. Whereas Raven Simone was literally not even a year old? Wait, no, that's a lie. Sorry, that's a lie. Like 16 months old. At that point, you don't have consciousness, do you?
No,
Yeah.
wasn't that... Who else was... That was Drew Barrymore as well, wasn't
As
it?
well,
Yeah, that was... I was thinking, who else was the baby? Yeah. Yeah, that... I just think it's obviously a meal ticket for the parents. Like, whatever they want to say, like, it's obviously a way of making money. And it's up to them, it's their kid, but I wouldn't do that.
Because even if you have a child who's like 5 or 6, oh, mum, dad, I want to do this. Like, I'm very like adamant, I want to do this. Okay, fair enough. But a baby literally can't speak or communicate.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like a form of neglect.
Yeah.
And I find, so I love Raven Simone, like obsessed with her. Like, like my number one. And I think, and it's so interesting watching her conversation because she was like, I don't know anything else. And it's almost like your parents' dreams become your dreams because they've implanted it to you. That's what you That's what you should do and what we want you to do. And I think it gets to a level of concern when it reaches the point where you're dependent for your family's financial security.
Yeah, and that's a lot of pressure.
A lot of
such
pressure.
a young age.
To not even be an adult and for you to be profitising off it. I don't know.
There's also so much dodgy shit that happens in the industry. It's like, why as a parent would you really want to put your kid through that?
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're surrounded by lots of adults. There's lots, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit careless to think that your kid is going to come out okay at the end of it. Like, every child star I feel like has a mental breakdown.
Some trauma, for sure.
But then would you think the same thing for like athletes?
Interesting.
I reckon so.
You would?
I just don't think...
I feel like I'd be a bit different with that. I don't know why.
I just don't think it's as publicised.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I can't... There's literally no stories I can think about. But again, it's white, powerful men at the top. And not to generalise, but...
I suppose that's the thing. Like, I just don't think anyone who's a child should be doing that. It's just because, like, what's the reason? Like, why does the child need to be singing or dancing? Like, there's like for an audience, for money. Like, I don't see, unless it's literally just because you want your family to be rich or you want to be kept. Like, there's no reason really for you to do that to your child, unless they are really adamant and that's really what they want. I would support them. I wouldn't say no, they can't, but I'd have to be there at so therefore we can't. And that documentary touched on that, didn't it? Like, the parents can't work then because they have to drive them to the auditions,
callbacks.
But even still, I'd be like, okay, when you're 18, for example,
because there's nothing you can do when they're 18.
They're going to do it regardless. But I don't know.
It's a tough one because then where are the actors? Like, Harry Potter wouldn't exist without child actors and things like that. So it's a bit tough in that sense. But I just would be too scared. Like, because everything is seeming to be corrupt. You know, like Nickelodeon, Disney.
Disney
like,
will be next.
Yeah, like
sure.
There's lots of, and like everything going on in Hollywood at the moment. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of.
I find it really interesting that more people haven't come forward, to be honest, especially like the more like prominent people. Like, and I find it really interesting how, like, as a child, I don't know if it's the same for you two, but as a child, it was like a real obsession for a lot of people to be a Disney star. Like, it was so it was so glamorized.
Yeah,
you know, like
because of Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and stuff like that.
It was like the thing to do, wasn't it? And like that was like. And it was like how Demi said in the thing, like, there are so many people who can quite easily replace me. There are so many people that are so desperate to have my spot. However, I'm aware of the lucky position I'm in, so I'm just going to slowly suffocate it for the duration, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people haven't come forward because they're too scared.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as some situations probably they were put in certain situations at like a young age, which I don't know, they might not be proud of. There might be some evidence of it. And I feel like they know the people who are in power who are maybe not getting the blame. Because I feel like the people at the heads of these things where there's lots of like issues, like, I feel like other people are taking the fall from them. So in that industry where there's powerful people at play that could like end your career, get you shut out, I feel like a lot of people are like, I don't want to touch it.
But also, it's never just one person.
There's
always multiple people that are aware of what's going on, but they decide to say or do nothing.
I mean, all of the people that have like been listed and like in video footage and things like that, like, they're all obviously aware of it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of those kind of big celebrity parties, there's a lot of shit there, and that's not very...
Oh, it's all going to unravel soon, isn't it? I was actually getting my hair cut yesterday, and my barber was the only, apart from me obviously, my barber was the only person in that room who was saying that he doesn't listen, he refuses to listen to Diddy anymore, and everyone else was like, but it's just a song. He was like, but it's not the point though. You listening to that promotes the shit that he's done.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, I mean, you can imagine what's like an Afro barber, very like hyper mask, and everyone else was literally like, no, that's not how it works, yada yada. And he was like, but you're contributing to the problem. You're consuming the stuff which is of a really like awful person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very it's a very grey area, isn't it? And I think
so.
I just think more English. I just think more things are just going to unravel like sooner than later.
I mean,
100%.
at the minute, have you seen what's kind of like starting to happen where like Beyonce lost 4 million followers over the last couple of days.
Oh, really? I don't know.
Because she's on the list and people are saying...
Is she on the list?
The list for what, sorry?
Allegedly.
Allegedly
Allegedly.
associated with him and certain parties and shady shit basically happening. So everyone kind of knew that Jay-Z was linked to him, but people... There's loads of things about like Aaliyah being linked to like Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they potentially having things to do with it, but they're trying to say that like Beyonce is like a enabler.
But also at the...
Well, she was Jay-Z and Beyonce. Yeah. She was a teen, and he was like 10 years above her or something like that. Like, it's weird.
She was like 17, he was like 26.
Yeah, why? Why was he...
But I also do think... I think a lot of people were so fucked at these parties they wouldn't remember anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people would have been purposely intoxicated to not know what's going on.
Well, yeah, and allegedly they were being drugged anyway, so they would,
How many people do you think knew what was happening, though? Because I feel like if you're in the industry in Hollywood...
a lot of people...
Going to those parties, I feel like it's not like, oh, we're just going to a P. Diddy party. I feel like people knew.
We're going to a P. Diddy party.
Exactly. I think... But I think a lot of people will play dumb to it once more stuff comes out.
They've been saying how loads of people have like deleted old tweets. So Usher's one of them, which breaks my heart because I love Usher.
I don't know why. Huh? What's the old tweet? I mean, if you've published it publicly before,
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it feels a bit weird to delete that because it's already been public knowledge.
You know how pop culture TikTok can be a bit weird? I honestly don't know.
Yeah, because they tried to say Pink did that as well.
Yeah, she was on the thing too.
But she didn't because she removed it like back in like February.
Oh.
She did it because she said she didn't like Twitter because it was like a toxic place, so she's going to remove it.
She's not wrong.
Yeah, but then people picked up on it and started saying it was because of this, but she did it months and months ago.
I just feel like those people that make these theories need jobs.
Some of them, but some of the annoying thing about conspiracy theories is some of them are coming out and like some of them are becoming true. So that's the thing that gets me. I'm like, fuck, like how much of this is actually true now? Because a lot of them, as a kid, Disney and like LA and like The Hills and all this kind of stuff, you're like, wow, like it's gonna Nickelodeon, like it was my like comfort. Like I'd watch that stuff and I'd be like, this like I want to go to America and I want to be in high school in America and Wizards of Waverly Place and all this stuff. And then now you're like, wow, all of them are going through trauma and all of them were like going through some sort of trauma, or most of them, not all of them, some of them.
Fair enough for it to be a problem.
Yeah, and so you're like, okay, so this is actually the reality of life. This is actually the reality of what it's like to be in those shows, those channels that make you feel good. The reality is they're being abused.
Yeah.
And so it kind of it crumbles this whole, your reality is a bit shattered and you're like, oh my God, like there is no cute Disney stuff.
The perception you had, the vision you once held is actually quite distorted.
Yeah, and it's sad. And then I'm like, oh, I don't, when I was younger, I would have loved to be a singer or an actor or something. Like, like you're always a little bit that kind of fun ways, but now I'm so glad that I didn't do that, and now I'm glad that even like with doing podcasts and stuff, I'm glad it's happening at this age because I feel a bit more like thicker skinned. I feel like ready. I know what I want kind of out there and what I don't want like out there. Like I know what my vibe is like to look for, and I'm also like I know when I want to have an opinion and I'm not going to worry about how it reacts or interacts with other people, whereas like before you would be worried about cancel culture and stuff like that. And even now obviously there's a concern, but I'm glad that it didn't happen back then.
I think that's always the case though with the things we talk about. It's always going to piss people off.
Yeah.
If you just have to either suck it up or not do it.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets easier.
Yeah.
Learn to disable your comments. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Do you get any bad comments?
All the time.
Really?
Every day. Well, to be fair, I've had a couple of days where I've actually been all right. But yeah, all the time. I have to be, but like if I stop, they win.
Yeah.
I have to become immune to it. You're anti-black or you're anti-queer, but you found your way to my page. Bit sus.
Yeah.
Bit weird.
Yeah, I always think that.
100%. Yeah, that's true.
Like, why are you commenting? How did you come across this? Yeah.
I think the worst thing that annoys me the most is where like it's about a lived experience. I'm like, well, how would you know? You don't live in my body. Like a lot of people say to me all the time, like, because I talk about colorism quite a lot because it just pisses me off beyond belief. And a lot of people say to me, like, you're light skinned though. How would you know? I'm like, but I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about like men that have said to me, oh, I like you because you're light. And I'm like, well, no, fuck you. Like, I like everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Just shit like that. But
yeah, sometimes I feel like there's if you're not in that specific group, don't talk about it. It's like you can still talk and represent and have your opinion across from it.
And it's my interaction still. It's things that I've had to deal with, and I'm sticking up for people. What's the issue?
Yeah.
But obviously, like, let me not talk bad on my people. But yeah, okay, cool. What time we say?
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably need to go in a bit. It's 4.
Cool. Right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you both. Hang on. Cool. I appreciate you. These mics are so like wishy-washy.
Yeah, they're fun.
All right. I appreciate you both dearly. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
for
your
having
time.
us on.
Thank you for having us on. It was fun.
Where do we find you? What are the socials, please?
I was not ready. Are we the same on everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's avoiding my anxiously attached boyfriend, but we've cut it
Podcast.
down to AMAABF,
AMAABF.
which we should probably change. But yeah.
No, I like it. Shut
I
up.
like it.
Thank you, babe. See, you liked it.
My bad.
Yeah, it's a fun podcast, and come join us. And someone will be joining us soon.
I want to hear. Amazing. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Right.
you.
Cute.
My name is. This is really annoying me. My name is Jord Howard. This is the Winning Side podcast. If you've made it to the end, you may as well subscribe, because why would you not? Join the crazy crew. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And